I had a discussion with my son about how everybody he knows at work or high school friends get to go see dads over the weekend, just like my other kids. So, like, I guess going with dads on Christmas break is a super common thing. And, you know, my older kids are really left out of that feeling. And I think it's really heartbreaking for them. And it's heartbreaking for me as a parent to realize that this is the kind of a person that I had attracted into my life and had a child with, that um, general bonds and happy things to happen over a course of a lifetime that happen when kids have two parents, and a dad and stuff like that, like, didn't happen for my kids or me, along that whole journey of raising them alone completely. And it's another cord of pain that wraps around your heart and just slices into you. And then when that heart gets cut open deeper and deeper with pain like that, it allows you to love more. It allows you to connect with more people that you can love because now you have someone to relate to. And the deeper and deeper your roots of pain go, it's like the roots from a tree, and at some point you're going to have gone through all the feelings on the third dimension of abandonment, trauma. Abandonment, I think, is the core one for what I'm hearing now, is basically the core one for twin flames and Pleiadians. So maybe even more of you out there resonate with that. Star seeds, possibly. But this abandonment wound is a real fucking thing, because I think that maybe after this conversation, my son can now understand that, I also feel abandoned too. And now we can relate to each other a little more, that, he's not alone in this pain of missing someone. And that's the kind of thing, because when you fall in love with someone, they might have everyday interactions with your kid. Like, my one son in particular really misses my husband because they got up real early, earlier than the rest of the family. And, they got coffee ready for the day together and filled up coffee mugs together. And then that was that. Everybody went on about their day. But, I don't think my son was really, I want to say I didn't expose our adult issues to my kids. I want to hope that I didn't, but let's be real, if the fucker's yelling at me and I'm crying or I'm yelling back, the energy alone is exposing them. And that's why, sometimes you have to make the decision to just get rid of the toxic situation, because you can't wish it better no matter what. Like, I've wished every day of my life for a loving partner, a loving dad for my kids. Like, yeah, other kids have dads that'll come pick them up in a truck and take them out to eat or whatever. Like, they get to go chill somewhere. And you know there's a void there for my older kids, for sure, not having that. And And it's also a void for me to not getting to witness who they could have become if they would have had that, or who they could have gotten to be with an easier life had they had that. You know, there's dads out here stepping up, supporting kids and caring about the baby's moms, you know. We don't have any of that. As a matter of fact, my husband walked out on us on the coldest snowstorm because I asked him to go to the grocery store for us. I had just given birth to our son maybe a week prior, and I had been really needing to rest, but he's been treating me so cruelly. And I was like barely even able to wake up, and I'm just taking care of my newborn, and it was just so cold, and I just wanted some compassion. And we had been out of groceries, and it was, I said, can you please go to the grocery store and get these groceries? You know, I had like a whole long list. Like, we really needed some stuff, we really needed food. And, you know, the other two kids' dad was going to pick them up the next morning. And it turned out to be the biggest snow blizzard. He said, no, I'm not driving in that. I'm not your slave. I'm not here to do your chores and everything. And I'm like, you're my husband. Like, I just had your son, our son. I'm resting. Like, this reality that I was standing in, witnessing a man who I married say that to me and put me in a position to feel the feelings like that. Like, looking back at how much pain I endured on a daily basis from someone who literally hurt me in those ways. I want to cry for the girl who lived that. He wouldn't even go. And then I was just like, he kept saying I was such a nag. And I'm like, you know, please, can you go to the store? Like, I didn't know what to make. I had to end up making some pancakes for dinner, and I didn't want to do that, you know. I had the card. I was going to give him the card, my child support card, to go buy the groceries with. I wanted to have a good bit of nourishment after everything and give my kids a good meal. And it was like, he just said, oh, I'm not your fucking slave. Like, it's like some anger lashed out, as if he saw something in me. I don't know what he saw when he saw me. I really don't. I don't know what's inside of me that he saw that would make him look at the girl who was holding their newborn in the biggest snowstorm of the year and just be mean about even just running to the store. It would have taken maybe 45 minutes. In the morning, he like kept me up all night with some bullshit, and then in the morning, he said, fuck you. He scraped off his car and he left. And I think he fucking went under my hood and dismantled my, there's like a little plug that if you unplug it, you can't start the car. And like, people know about this plug, but like, I don't really know about it, but I've had it done to me several times. And it's just one switch thingy. You remove that, car won't start. So I'm there with all these kids and me now, abandoned, 7 a.m, biggest snowstorm. And I said to myself, what the fuck is my life? And I fell to the floor and I just fucking cried. Like, And then I luckily was able to ask the other kid's dad to get the groceries, which he did. No problem at all. Was nice about it and everything.